Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Prof.
Hi, Magdalene.
Hello, Professor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Not too great. I have to go to the hospital after the class to get another test.
And how do you feel today?
A little bit better than yesterday and the day before, but not too much. Today's the first day that I get up, that I'm out of my bed. Like, ever since I got here back on Thursday, I've been in bed, and now I got up and and dressed, because I've been, I take a shower and I put on pajamas and go back to bed. But because I had the class and I have to go to the hospital, then today's the first day that I'm up, but I'm very dizzy and like out of breath. So yeah, I'm not doing too great.
I hope you feel very soon, Professor.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a real ordeal. I didn't imagine. Like on Wednesday, when I started to feel bad, I didn't think it was going to be so serious and so long. But well, hi Cindy, how are you? And how's your baby? Cindy, did you hear me? Oh, I'm going to change my internet connection. Give me a second.
Sorry, Prof. I was in the bathroom. You said something?
Uh-huh. Wait a second,
Prof, can you hear me?
I'm changing my connection. Give me a second to see if I hear you better. Okay, now Cindy, yes?
Can you hear me, Prof?
Now I hear you, yes.
Okay, yeah. I was in the bathroom, sorry.
Oh, don't worry. How are you and how is your baby?
Fine, Prof.
Okay.
Thanks, God.
How long more? When will she? It's a girl, right?
Yes.
When will she be born?
Well, it is supposed, well, the date, it's due on December 26th.
December 26th. Almost, yes.
Yes.
On Christmas. With my youngest daughter, I was due December 25th, but she was born the 3rd of December, 3 weeks early. Yeah, but so not long, right? Not much longer. Let's see. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start because like I was telling, I don't know what it was that I asked me. I don't feel too good. I got up because I have to go to the hospital to repeat some exams. But there are things that I needed to tell you. So I'm going to start now, and for the people who are not going here, they can listen to the recording later. Okay, so what I needed to talk about today was methodology. So I have everything ready right now. But before we go on to methodology, I needed to explain this. There are many types, and this is the problem. Like when you think about method, then it's going to be qualitative versus qualitative. But when you think about types of research, there are several types. And I did not talk about this before because at the end, we always do one type of research. But in the methodology, this has to be included. If you don't include this, what type of research you're doing, your paper is not valid at all. And we know that your papers are like a first attempt to do a research, so nothing is going to be perfect. It's just to learn how to do it, but this is very important. It has to go into your methodology. So if you look in the internet, you're going to find, wow, thousands of answers to this question. But this is just for you to get an idea. Sometimes a research can be narrative, right? That explores situations and scenarios and processes. So it's going to be like a storytelling, right? You're not going to narrate something that is going to on. It can be a case study. It is an examination of episodic events with focus on answering how questions. You do this through interviews, observations, document contents, physical inspections. It is a detailed identifications of themes and development of narrative, and it is in-depth study of possible lessons learned from a case or cases. This means that we're talking about something, a situation, right, which is called a case. Then this is a very new type of research. I really don't understand what it is, but it investigates procedures, and it has a specific model, which is kind of new, I believe. Then we can have something historical that talks about the past, and you're going to be researching about events or descriptions, of things that were historical. Then we have phenomenology, which is understanding or explaining experiences. And I also don't understand very well what it is. This is the only one that I do understand well, ethnographic. And it is, for example, if I went to one's community and I had some questions in mind, and I lived there for a year to answer those questions. So the researcher has to be in the context. So this is very good for any kind of cultural process. Okay, so what are we doing? We're doing a case study. And it says focusing on how. All of the questions you have could be in a way interpreted as a how. For example, Cindy's case would be something like, how do students eat? And why do they eat that way? In Melanie's case, it can be, how do teachers deal with children that have special needs? The other one that is in the school is, how can children with needs also, right, with special needs, be incorporated in some of the activities? Ones would be, how is traditional medicine used in the beauty community? So if we look at the projects that we have, they all fit into this category of a case study. Okay, so we need to write that at the beginning. And okay, so I moved a little bit things around here in our Padlet so we could have the things that you need now still, and the things that maybe we already saw. Here are some things about punctuation. I have not found a lot of problems, but for one person who I wrote many comma splices, you have this. Now, if that person needs my help, I would be glad to, but a comma splice or a fragment or the other types, a run-on sentences, a sentence, that should be something that you already know. But still, right, if I find more issues with punctuation, I will specifically talk to you. Now, I was reading like briefly the literature reviews. They all seemed fine. Brenda's, yours was fine. Cindy's also, Jason's also. I don't remember who else. I just looked over. Now I need to go and read and, and see specifically like each in-text citation and everything, if it's correct, but it seemed pretty good. So I'm sure I'm going to be sending back few corrections to you guys. Some of you do need to make a lot of corrections in your results, and some of you, your results were incomplete. So you need to work on that, because I'm not going to ask for that. No, in the case of results, yes, because the results were a draft. So you need to send me the results. Again, we have that in the chronogram. And that the time that you send me the results, it will be the big grade. Like the literature review, it was the big grade. The first results, which was the draft, that was 5%. But from now on, each of the parts that you turn in are the big grade, like each one has a different one. Okay, so in methodology, the first thing that you're going to write is that you're writing a case study. Sorry, because my mind is... Okay, so I prepared this. I already had this, and it is so easy as to follow it. Okay, so you're going to write like this. Methodology, right, is the title, is centered. This paper uses a quantitative approach according to Creswell. And then whether you're doing one or two or both. So you are going to paraphrase this, which is an author named Jin. And I have the document next to it, to this one. You will find his document. So you're going to explain here why you have that type of approach. And then you're going to write, and you can change this a little bit, right? But if you don't want to, you can just leave it like this. I'm actually giving you this. A case study was selected as the research method because, and then you're going to cite Jean and in page 15 and explain what it is and why it suits your research. So you're going to explain what a case study is by paraphrasing Jean, and you're going to explain why your research is a case study. And then you're going to write participants. And this is like the information that some people already had in their literature review or in the results. And I told them, okay, you have to wait because this goes somewhere else. So here it says in this part of the method section, you should describe the participants in your experiment, including who they are, where, how many there were, and how they were selected. So all of you had a method of selection for your participants, right? Whether it was the people from the school, whether it was the students from the university of different majors, whether it was only your generation. So you're going to explain that who they were, how many, and how they were selected. Okay. And then you're going to describe the instruments of data collection. So see at the end, this is like qualitative, quantitative, case study, participants, and how. So we have what type of research we're doing, who are our participants and how we collected the data. That is basically what methodology is. At the end, it's going to be very short, maybe 1.5 pages the most. Because when you do this, you can see that, for example, if you have to paraphrase a qualitative research, you're going to paraphrase from this paragraph. If you're going to do quantitative, then you paraphrase from this paragraph, and mixed method, you would paraphrase from here. And then the part about, and I'm going to show you the part about case study, and then you describe your participants and your data collection and methods, right? You did interviews, then, you did a survey in Facebook of the sede, and then you selected some of those people. You have to say why you selected those people, and then you interviewed them. That would be basically. And also instruments is which were the instruments, surveys, etc., and how you did it. This was the procedure. So you can see here that I'm describing in each one of them what it is that you have to write. So that is your methodology chapter, right? Even though it's going to be very short, and I'm handing you everything. Okay, so read through that to do it. Now I'm going to show you. Going to show you what Jean said, what we have seen. So this is a paper on case study. And of course, it's going to be very long, but I just selected, then we're going to go to page 15 here, which explains you see, or maybe it was not this, because this seems to be 15. Oh. Okay, I'm checking what kind. Yeah, this only has one. It's Roman numerals, so it would be this one. Let's see, this one is 16. Yes, this one then. Spotlighting case study research. So okay, so here it explains what a case study is, and you're going to cite from there and explain why your paper is that. So you see that, yes, it's fine then. Page 15 would be the correct one here in the preface. So this is not even his whole research, is just like the beginning of it, but from there you can get it. I'm just checking it to see, because I have done this a long time before, but then I guess in that page you could find the information that you need. So this is where you would look. Now, just to point out a couple of more things that I needed to show you today, that I left this here because I saw a couple of mistakes with heading levels. So remember that it gives you everything here, and that the title of the paper goes here, and it's going to be page 3. Remember, because we said that we were going to have the abstract at the beginning. So this is like where your introduction goes, and what are going to be the main parts of your paper. We also have that here, I think. Yes, here. Here's the rubric, by the way. This was from the university, and you are going to have introduction, statement of the problem, purpose of the study, definition of terms. Now, someone already sent general objective and specific objectives. That is fine. But you would still have to do statement of the problem, right? And then you would use what you wrote. I think it was Brenda. You can use what you already have in general and specific objectives as point B. Definition of any terms that you need. For example, you would have to define, who was this? Give me a second, I'll remember, Tracy. Tracy has to define el TCU, what it is. Other people would have to define anything that is like out of the ordinary. If you see that you really don't have any specific terms that you need to identify, then, for example, in Cindy's case, she's talking about eating habits, diets, and fast food. So there's no need to do any definition of terms. Then you would have the literature review, and then the methodology, and then findings and discussion, or results. We have this as results and discussion, that's fine. So these are your main titles, the ones that are going to be centered like this and in title case. And then you would have the conclusions and recommendations, the references, and the appendix are, for example, okay, there's something I sent back almost to everybody in the results, which was that they wrote the questions, or that you wrote the questions, and the questions are not in the results. The survey that you used, the one that you sent to me at the beginning, is going to go here in the appendix. So you just write survey, right? And that's where you have the questions. In the results, you just have to explain. You're not going to provide the question, and you have to explain the answer and incorporate the idea of what you were asking there. I explained this last time, but a lot of people were absent last time. So I'm just showing you where things are. So this, if you need to review this is what you need to include. So like I said, you can leave this, like findings and discussion, or you can, because I think I got this. I don't know where I got this, but this one I've been writing on top of the chapter results and discussion. So you also use that. But see that this is here. So that's what I want you to see, because there are some things that have not been corrected. So the parts are here. These were 2 sample papers. This is what you have to do with the methodology. This is Jean. This was the part about title case and the explanation of title case and sentence case. So since I already explained that and you have it here, if I write in your paper, because some have been sending it to me with the title in sentence case, and it has to be in title case. So I just wrote title case, right? So if you were not in class, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you can look it up here. So here you have like everything you need for that. Like I was showing here in heading levels, it explains very well that this is going to be the first way, like the chapters are going, the ones that I just showed you in parts of the research are going to be like this. So you would write methodology, for example, here, or conclusions and recommendations. It would be a new chapter. It's not necessary to write. I know I have it that way because my professor asked for me ask for us to do it like that, but it's not necessary to write chapter such and such. You only need to write like methodology, literature review here. And then any other division that you have in that section, for example, in the introduction where you're going to have the statement of the problem and the other one, or the general objectives or the purpose or whatever, then it's going to be these level 2 headings, which are flush to the left and still in title case, right? So you can see that the main words are capitalized, and et cetera, when you need to divide any one of these sections into 2 other sections, then you would use level heading 3. And this is where it is. This is where you have to look for it. And I'm explaining all this because I've had some people in some classes and other people in other classes. So the people who were not in one class seem not to know a lot of these things and are sending the paper, for example, with the incorrect format. I had explained last time, and this was in, okay, this is also here. And this is why I need for you to pay a little bit more attention. You have this for the format, which I had made, which explained that it had to be that you had to go, line spacing double. I have not seen if everybody's doing that. The font can be whichever this, but the first part was the most important, which, sorry, I'm going to go back here. So for the people who are making a couple of mistakes, and when I say that you have a mistake here, you have to go to this link and you have to go into margins. Margins is one of the things that I returned because it was wrong, that the margin is uneven. It's not justified, and that you have to have indent every paragraph. So we have talked about that, and I still see at least one person who did not follow that. So I'm just going to go to the format because your format is wrong. I'm going to select, well, Brenda's paper was very nice. I'm going to select hers a second to show you, just in case you're not doing exactly this. So these are the literature reviews. See, I should have told you to send them to me in PDF, because that's what I do. I check them and return them in PDF. But just in case, if someone is not doing this, this is a title case. Most words are capitalized. Okay, she sent me the literature review. See that this margin is uneven and you have to indent every chapter. So this looks good. I have not read it, but it looks good. Okay, so she is, well, here I think, me see, self-esteem is one word, but social media, this is at level 2 heading. So this has to have a capital M. And this one has to have capital B, because this is level 1 heading. It is in title case. So if you look at the example, you will see that much of it is in title case. And I think here she introduced the results. So she finishes here with the literature review. So now here in this page, this would be, yeah, this would be like the results. So all of those types of aspects are the ones that I'm going to send back. And I don't have like the time to write to each one of you. Your format is wrong because you're not using indentation or because of this and this. I'm going to say, okay, go check your format. And maybe I will tell you line spacing. Maybe I'll tell you something else, but I expect for you to know this because this was a class that we have, and I think that class was virtual, and I'm not sure. No, because it would be there. No, I was thinking if I had recorded it, but I didn't. I'm recording this one, but not that one. But you have to go and check if you're not in the class. Okay, so here you have what you need. Again, for the heading, to check the headings, to check title case and title case and sentence case, to check the format, and to do the methodology. So this methodology is due next Monday because we had agreed that we were going to be done with this soon, sooner. Some people have not sent me the literature review. Now, in these cases, the literature review has some, let me see, okay, here in the program, let's look at the program. So you can remember the value of each part. So, I think it was here. Okay, yes. So the first one was 5% when I asked you for the research proposal. The data collection instrument, also 5%. And the draft of the results was 5%. But here the literature review is 15%. The methodology is 5%. And then you have to turn in your corrections and your complete results, which is worth 20%. So if today is Monday and I have not received your literature review, I'm definitely going to take some points off of that, besides anything else that I have to take off. But that is basically it, guys. So if for some reason you got up or something, I'm going to send the recording for the rest of the people, because right now I don't even know how many are in the class. Okay, I see that Juan is here and Jason is here and City is here and Daisy is here. Good. Okay, so no, but not everybody is here. There are people missing. So I'm going to send everybody, I'm going to send to the group the recording of this class. So there are no excuses. I mean, maybe you had maybe someone had a problem getting connected, but if I send you if I send you the recording, then there's no excuse. That's what I'm trying to say. There are no excuses right now on having major mistakes when I have provided and explained each part. Okay, so the session is about to, yes, Kirling, the session is about to finish, but go ahead. Let's see if we don't get cut off. Oh, no, we have 5 minutes still. Yes, Kirling?
Good afternoon, Professor.
Good afternoon.
Professor, I have a question about the methodology in the part of the case study.
Yes.
It is about the gene, or we have to look for other
No. No, you don't have to look for anything. This document is made for you to just follow the directions. So, like I said, you paraphrase your type of method, right?
Mhm.
You, in the case study, you write, the case study was selected as a research method because, and then you go to his page and you read that and you just explain why your research is a case study. Use
Ah.
his words or paraphrasing up or anything. You don't have to look for anything else. And then here in participants, I explain in each part what you have to do. It is even correctly, like the heading is exactly like this. See that it is sentence case, no title case, that you have data and collection and everything in capital letters. So you kind of just follow the directions here and that is it, because everybody is doing a case study, right? We're not doing any other type of huge research, which would be impossible. So when you do research, even like for the thesis of licenciatura or something, most of the time you will have case studies. Only maybe a PhD. There was a PhD who came to Costa Rica and she had worked with Creole, and she had been living in Limon among the Black community for a year for her dissertation. Dissertation is the thesis of a PhD degree. So what we do most of the time is a case study, and you just follow this. If you have questions, you can ask me, of course, but this would be your methodology, and it's due next Monday, okay? And of course, I hope that by Wednesday, I will be a lot better, and we will be in class next week. Okay. And I hope that everybody's there because, like I said, the classes that we have had face-to-face have been, not complete, that not everybody has been there. And then that's the reason when I receive your parts, your chapters, that I find mistakes because you were not in the class and you did not review the material that I had sent you. So now you're all warned and where the material is and where you have to look for it to do whatever you need to do. And any other question? We have 2 minutes. No? Are we good then? Right? Well,
Yes, Professor.
okay. Well, nice to have seen you and heard you, and I hope that everything's going well. Remember that if you have any problem with anything, you can write to me, or we can have a Zoom meeting. But if I don't receive anything, like any anyone asking for help, then I should assume that everything is okay, and that you should be able to turn in the chapters as we have programmed them. All right, so have a good night and a good week, and I'll be sending back your literature review between tomorrow and Wednesday, depending on how I feel. Because if I can sit down and check all of them, fine. If I need to stop and just do a little bit, well, then it will take me more time. Besides, I have other classes. Tomorrow I have class and Wednesday I have class, but I do expect to have them back all by Wednesday. All right. So
Okay, Professor. Thank you. I hope you'll get better soon.
thank you. Bye-bye then. See you.
Bye, Prof. See you.
Bye, Professor.
Bye.
Sorry, I hope you get better soon too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.